Welcome to Squatch-D TV, where the truth is first before all else. Join your hosts, veteran investigator, TV personality, and author Steve Coles, and from the Kentucky Bigfoot Research Project and the Kentucky Fried Fixes channel, Chris Bennett. Sit back and prepare to take yourself on a journey with the longest-running Bigfoot podcast, Squatch-D TV. Here are your hosts, Steve and Chris.
And good evening, cyberspace. Welcome to Squatch-D TV for today's date, July 23rd, 2025. I'm your host, your guide, Squatch Detective Steve Coles, along with my co-host right down there, Mr. Chris Bennett. Hello, Chris. How are you?
Steve, man, it's good to see you. 23rd of July already. Man, July is about gone. It's really time. I saw a guy on a video on YouTube the other day, and he was talking about how fast time seems to be going. You know, it's like he thinks that CERN did something to cause time to skip forward or something. I'm like, no, dude, no. No, the passage of time remains constant, but your perception of time changes as you age.
Well, that's not necessarily true, because there were three kids talking about how, speaking of time, three kids were bragging about how fast their fathers were. The first kid comes up and says, "Yeah, my father's really fast. He'll hike the football. He'll turn around. He'll catch the football that's hiked. He'll throw it down the field. He'll run down the field, catch the ball, make a touchdown every time."
Well, that's
pretty fast.
Yeah, it is.
Second kid goes, "Yeah, my father's even faster like that, even faster." He goes, My father will take a bow and arrow, and he'll launch the arrow, and he'll run down the field, and he'll move the target every time, gets a bullseye every time. Another kid goes, "That's pretty fast."
That's pretty fast, yeah.
Another kid goes, "Oh yeah, my father's even faster than that. He'll get on a baseball mound, he'll pitch the baseball, he'll run down, pick up the bat, hit the ball, he'll run out in the outfield and catch the ball. That's pretty fast.
Yes.
It's pretty fast." The last kid goes, "Yeah, my kid's got you all beat. He works for New York State on the 7 to 3 shift, is home noon every day."
Beating that traffic. Oh, man.
So that's a little state joke.
Yes. You have to be privy to the traffic problems. That's pretty damn good.
And hell, he punches out at 3 o'clock and gets home at noon. I have no idea.
That's pretty good.
But that's pretty fast.
I think he must live in the mountain time zone.
But anyway,
Concord.
Yeah, sorry if I seem a little low energy. I'm tired. My day started, I'm not going to say why, but my day started a little bit earlier than it was supposed to today. And didn't really anticipate it until yesterday morning.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh, well, my calendar was clear in the morning. And then I have a Wednesday morning appointment.
Oh.
An hour away,
Yeah.
So yeah, Steven's a little slow tonight, which is okay.
But it is Wednesday.
It is Wednesday. I don't. It's Hump Day. Speaking of which, the new short out for the Hump Day Bigfoot. But yeah, so you're gonna see a little more relaxed, a little more laid back Steve tonight, because Steve just doesn't have that energy level where he's gonna be crazy. But we have a really important topic to look at tonight.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But there is, and we're going to get into this in a minute, but we have a really important topic to cover tonight. And let's go on with our roll call. But first, we want to thank Jennifer Arnold for her $2 super
Jennifer.
sticker. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jennifer. Appreciate that.
So first up in the house tonight was Sharon. Sharon is here.
Sharon?
Well, actually, that's not true, because the original comment was from Grant.
Oh, that was like 3 days ago, wasn't it?
Who came in the minute I put the show up. So, but Grant was in first, and then Sharon was in first tonight. Followed by Grant again. Sandra Piper, hello. Bristol, what's going on? Jen, how are you?
Hey, Jen.
And who else we got kicking in here? Jay Carey. Jay, good to see you, my man. The Susie Monster. Hello. Susie. Happy Wednesday to you. Of course, Angel Nolan. Hello, Angel. Good to see you. Jennifer again. Poncho Zorth. What's up? What'll that name do? Boris Khan. Hello, Boris and Poncho are here. Patrick Barron. How are you?
Patrick.
Karen Fisher. Good to see you. Thank you for being a member. Mick. Hello, Mick. There's the mighty Mick. Tennessee Cherokee. How are you?
Cherokee. Welcome.
Kathy Zabrowski is in the house. Kathy, good to see you again. Who else we got going on here? Mitch Hargrove. Mitch, hello. And again, thank you for everybody that are members. Thank you so much for that. Walter Kroll. Hello, Walter.
Walter.
That rounds us up for right now. Of course, it's Wednesday. We usually have the smaller crowds on Wednesday, but I'm sure this one's going to get a lot of replays when they start seeing the name in the
Oh yeah, Bigfoot body found in the Adirondacks? Question mark.
And this is a most interesting show. Now, one of our very alert readers or viewers sent me a copy of an email that's been going around. And, you know, I was like, oh my God, are you kidding me? So let's put up that. And again, everything we do here today is protected under fair use. So if, you know, anything you see here tonight, we have protection of fair use. Not that anything here is not in the public domain kind of slinkily, but we just want to put that out there. But this is the email we got, and it says, hello, my name is Charles Stewart. Charles Snake Stewart, to be exact. I am writing to report that I have located the remains of a Bigfoot in the Adirondack Mountains. See photo below. The reason we are contacting you is we are trying to allow access to our discovery. We have limited resources and believe shining more light on our find will help science get behind our find. I am sharing this now to tell our story. Happy to chat. Well, not really. He's not really happy to chat, but we'll explain a little bit later. And there it is, Charles Stewart with a phone number. And the phone number is there for a reason because we actually tracked that phone number down. But let's go on to the next one. So I went to their website, and this is what their website actually is purporting. Bigfoot Remains, bigfootremains.com. Mm-hmm. Apparently, they're going to be selling tickets at the New York State Fair, August 20th to September 1st. The monumental exhibition that science doesn't want you to see.
Oh. So.
And then the specimen story is on October 1st, 2024, in the Adirondack Mountains, our team of investigators led by Bigfoot expert Charles Snake Stewart, never heard of him, discovered a Bigfoot specimen, the creature nicknamed Dak, based on its location in the Adirondacks. It's approximately 8 feet in height and heavily muscled, with thick brown hair covering the majority of its body. Facial features are a mix of human and ape-like characteristics, including a heavy brow ridge and a wide, powerful jaw. Ooh. There were no obvious signs of trauma or injury to the body. The cause of death is unknown at this time.
Well, imagine that. So they find the body. Now they're going to sell tickets.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah. We this is fooling nobody. Right. But here's the fun thing. This is fooling nobody right now. You know, yeah.
I've seen this story before. I have this Bigfoot body. We're gonna,
put it on exhibition. Yeah.
It costs about $20 to take a look, huh? Yeah.
Well, in this case, it's only $9.31.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a deal
with tax and fees, I suppose.
Yeah.
No refunds.
Mm-hmm.
And then what kills me, it says on display are actual Bigfoot remains found in the Adirondack Mountains. our researchers have developed a DNA profile from our specimen. Yeah, okay. So, it's just, but what gets me is that he is lying to people to get him to buy a ticket for this. Again, there is their press release, which says, prepare for everything you thought you knew is about to change. In what is being hailed as one of the most monumental biological discoveries in recorded history, the complete and remarkably intact body of a Bigfoot will be unveiled September 1st, 2025, will present irrefutable physical evidence and shocking DNA revelations that prove the creature is the long-sought missing link in human evolution. That is quite the sentence. The specimen, affectionately dubbed Dak, was discovered in the fall of 2024 deep within the Adirondack Mountains by veteran cryptozoologist and lead investigator Charles Snake Stewart. Amazing how nobody has heard of this motherfucker. Pardon my French.
Charles the Snake.
For 12 years, the Saranac Lake native, and that's funny, I live pretty damn close to Saranac Lake. The Saranac Lake relative has pursued the elusive beast, powering a revolutionary stealth hunting method after abandoning traditional techniques. So his relentless and innovative approach led him to the discovery of a lifetime. Not just bones, but a full body, preserved tissues and scat samples. So not only is there a dead body, but apparently there's shit everywhere.
Oh my goodness. Well, yeah, well, they say that happens when you expire. So maybe this one crapped his, well, he don't have pants. He can't crap his pants. He doesn't have...
I have no idea which mountain. None. Everybody's asking, like, which mountain? I have no idea.
Yeah.
My guess it was in somebody's backyard near the Adirondack.
Well, they had to have a place to set this up. You got to take the Bigfoot costume and then rough it up and rub some dirt on it. And then that's pretty good, though. I mean, it looks pretty kind of flat.
Contact charles.snake.stewart at .com. What a bunch of shit there, right?
Well, this is for entertainment, I'm sure.
And Helton's like, yeah, what kind of shit is this? Well, exactly. But he was passing this off to Bigfoot researchers in the
let's see.
So anyway, let's stroll on here with our little investigation. Now, the whole idea is, we obviously see that this is Bullstein, but to the common John Q public, they may fall for it. Who knows? That's funny to hear.
Walter said, did he get permission from Rick Dyer?
No, Rick Dyer does not have the monopoly on Bigfoot bodies. I hate to tell you. So, and we're going down a little history lesson today too. So, that's what I was reading over there. I'm sorry, I didn't advance that over this side. So anyway, the first thing I wanted to do was look at the phone number. And the phone number, area code is actually in my area code, which would be Saranac Lake. But the provider is a Google Voice account. Flag number 1. Why isn't that a cell phone number? It's a Google Voice number. Okay. Maybe not. If I put a public number up too, I might want to use a Google Voice number as well.
Yeah.
Right. So then we're going to dig a little deeper. So I did get a correspondence back from him. I said, hey, I would like to have you on the podcast on Wednesday night. And he may even be lurking out there tonight. And he sent me an email back, and I pinged it back to Indeed, a business center from the Delta Hotel in Utica, which is owned by the Marriott Corporation. So the email actually came from the business center of a hotel. So Charles Stewart is not writing me from Saranac Lake. In fact, he doesn't even seem like he may even live around this area because it's coming from a hotel in this area.
Oh, well, he could just be using their Wi-Fi too. You know, it happens.
I doubt it. Because what are you going to do? Drive in the middle of this city just to use the Wi-Fi?
No, I said he may live over there, you know.
Nah, he wouldn't have the range because there's no housing. This is a business district. So he would have to drive in to get a signal.
Yeah.
So there are no homes around this building. I didn't really take a wide shot of it, but
small world, Grant. Grant's actually stayed at that hotel.
So is my wife for a business trip. So we take a look at the website analysis, and this is where we start to break the case. I'm sorry. There's the. I'm a little out of sync between looking at the notes and the slides. So I'm sorry. There is the hotel. So now we turn around and hang on. I've had a bad night of this. So now we actually turn around and do a website analysis of this. And it's actually, the website is actually registered in it, and the administrative contact is Satellite Art Show. Now, and it was registered on just only May 12th, 2025. Well, if you found it on October 1st, 2024, which coincidentally, the metadata on one of the pictures does say 10/1/24 at like 7 o'clock in the evening or whatever. It wasn't really important. Not for the sake of this particular investigation. But if you look at this, you know, it's on this website is owned by Squarespace, formerly known as Weebly. Satellite Art Show, State New York. Yes, they're based out of New York City, right? And their leadership team, their founder and director is a guy by the name of Brian Andrew Whiteley. So let's take a look at this. So we start scrubbing the internet for Mr. Whiteley. I'm having a hell of a time with things here. Hang on.
There we go.
So Mr. Whiteley, and there is a picture of Mr. Whiteley, the founder of Satellite Art Gallery or whatever, Satellite Art, whatever the hell they're calling themselves. And, you know, this is an article found, I believe, in one of the Art Runner magazine. That's it.
Artist.
So, he's an artist, right? So if we look at Mr. Whiteley's Wikipedia page, Bigfoot performances from 2012 to 2014, Whiteley has repeatedly videotaped himself in the woods as Bigfoot and submitted the documentation to experts as firsthand sightings of Bigfoot via the website, via the BFRO net. He was able to speak directly with experts about his experience capturing Bigfoot. The experts repeatedly debunked his sightings. Whiteley used these interactions to inform his performance and enhance his performance. I think I meant to say his most refined performance went viral. He claimed, Whiteley stopped videotaping himself Bigfoot after allegedly being shot at while in his Bigfoot costume in upstate New York.
Well, that would do it. Yeah.
So, and now the clincher. Now the clincher.
Oh, this does it right here. I mean,
all right. Here it is. Same guy.
That's him.
Take a look at the tattoos on the arms.
Yeah.
Especially the bats.
That's
Same
him.
dude.
Well, dude, you're not very much of an artist.
Nope. Open and shut case.
Well, he's probably trying to make some money. Wants to get some money out of the. And you can do that. You can have a fake Bigfoot body. They did it with the Iceman for years, and then of course Dyer did it with what was his Bigfoot called, Jake or something like that, or
No, that was Linda Newton Perry's.
Oh yeah,
that was Big Jake.
Okay, I get them mixed up. They all kind of run
I'm sorry.
together.
The bull. I'm sorry. The bull. The bull at the Texas thing was called Big Jake.
Yeah.
The Bigfoot Linda Newton Perry was called Big Clyde.
Big Clyde, yes. Right turn, Clyde. Yes.
Yeah. Either way, all it spells is big bullshit.
Yeah.
And there you have it. Now,
so
I tried reaching out to Mr. Whiteley a couple of days ago, and I don't know if he's looking at my emails or not. I sent an email to the charles.snake.stewart email address. And at first, I sent to him an email saying, hey, I'd like to have you on the podcast. I was actually going to try and see if he'd come on there and try to lie his way through this.
Yeah.
Having all of this information already. And all he did was send back, again, the state fair link, trying to get money for the state fair link. That's how he wants to share. He wants you to buy a ticket to go see it. That's what he wants to do. And although he said, love the chat, he never bothers responding to his email, never responds to this email where I appeal to Mr. Whiteley's artistic value, basically saying perhaps we should think about renaming this and to what if Bigfoot was discovered? How would that enhance the world? What would that do to the world?
Sure.
I said, I said this, I basically, here, I'll read you this paragraph. The subject of Bigfoot is not a hobby for everyone. For many, including credible eyewitnesses I work with, such as roam hunters, law enforcement officers, military veterans, and just common folks, their experience has led to lifelong phobias, PTSD-like symptoms, or social stigma. These are individuals who never sought publicity or ridicule, and when a realistic Bigfoot body is presented in an ambiguous or sensationalist manner without artistic framing, it can strike a nerve deeper than satire was intended to cut. There are researchers, including myself, who have devoted decades of serious scientific inquiry, travel funding, and investigative methodology to understand the phenomenon, often at personal cost. When a work of performance art is perceived as a scientific revelation, it can delegitimize years of effort and deepen the skepticism already faced by both researchers and the witnesses. So
that's going to fall on deaf ears. He's interested in money. That's
right.
They don't care. Money. Let me get some of these comments up here.
But you know what? I had to put that out there.
Yeah.
To at least make an attempt. Because wouldn't it be wonderful if he was a decent guy and turned around and said, you're right. I didn't realize this. And to open a dialogue, that would be a great way to segue into like the second half of the show. No. Go ahead, Chris.
So Jennifer Arnold said it's this kind of crap that prevents legitimate scientists from being interested in pursuing the subject. And I agree 100%, Jennifer.
Yeah. It's the kind of stuff that turns away new generations of researchers too.
Yeah.
Imagine the people that actually pay to go in to see that.
Yeah. And Ristel says, the dude, and I guess dud, okay.
Yeah, we can call him a dud.
The dud in the picture looks pretty happy considering he's standing next to a rotting corpse surrounded by piles of excrement.
Well, truthfully, if I found a dead Bigfoot body, no matter what it smelled like or the shite around it, I'd probably be smiling too.
I'm going to be happy.
All right, we got it.
That's true. I'm going to be happy. In the
but
world,
he looks too serious. I'd be like, yeah,
Give me a thumbs up anyway, Grant says, this looks like the Georgia hoax.
Well, not even close.
He's
different costume.
Yeah, plus he's going about it a little bit
Remember, I
differently.
saw the original costume.
Yeah, he's going about it a little bit differently too. Georgia was just kind of like an extortion deal.
Well, yes and no. I mean, the way the Georgia one went down had a lot of exposure to Biscardi's involvement. And he's the one who called up all the major media outlets. This guy claims he made a press release, right? We don't know if he actually sent it to anybody, right? But he puts it up on the website. He's selling tickets, and he's sending out emails to people basically saying, hey, look at this, look at this, look at this, trying to sucker people into buying some online tickets, which there are no refunds for.
Well, you know, I haven't seen anything about this on CNN or MSNBC or CBS or Fox News, none of them. So I don't know.
But you know why? You know what I'm afraid of? Oh, man, he exposed my hoax. Nobody came to see my exhibit. I blame Steve Coles.
Well, we'll take that. Rissell says, deja vu. I saw the Iceman at Rhinebeck Fair when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Cool. The Iceman would have probably been a better display than this because it had the block of ice, you know, and they put like, I don't know if they had shrimp water or what, but it's kind of stinky. So, yeah, that was good. Boris Kahn says, how can there be an expert? Snapple time? Yes, he may like Snapple. That would be a good question to ask. Excuse me.
Get me a Snapple.
Brian or Snake Plissken, whatever you are.
Snake Plissken.
Yeah,
now, there is a blast for the 1980s.
Yeah, that was Mick's earlier comment. He hadn't heard anything about Snake Plissken, getting a Bigfoot body. But that was a good one, yeah.
Yeah, this isn't. Apparently, this guy. Hopefully, he's not the Duke of New York.
Yeah. And Jennifer Arnold said, "Oh, this is not sus at all." Yeah, no,
not at all.
No, that's got him.
But you know, the beautiful fact is that here we have all this fake characters, but we can actually dig up and find out exactly who's responsible for it. I mean, so even if people what do you mean that's not a Bigfoot? Well, look at the information now. Here's the guy. That's Brian Whiteley, not Snake Stewart.
Yeah. Well, and he absolutely had a Bigfoot costume already. So, you know, that's right. He's got the material.
Yeah, but he had the real bad Bigfoot costume, though, the one that everybody uses. Remember I did the video on the
one with the head that sticks up above your head? That
a little bit, though. Remember the guys on the ATV that saw the one off in the distance, and then they had the picture where one of their videos, they had Uncle something or other with Bigfoot. That was the costume he used the first time around.
Okay.
This is something.
Well, you know, I mean, you got to give him credit. The way it's got it laid out there in the woods and everything, it don't look bad. But because we're looking, he won't get it. He's not going to do a close up on the face or anything. We're looking at a distance, so yeah, it looks kind of flat. I think even if a Bigfoot had been decomposing, it's going to take him for a little while to flatten out like that. He's still going to have some muscle and bone. And considering there was no predation whatsoever, there's no reason for him to be flat yet. He's still got ribs and stuff holding things up, supposedly. But you know, where are the ribs at? I don't see a rib cage in there.
I don't even see a kneecap or anything.
Maybe no
elbow.
Maybe.
And what else do you don't see? A penis or a vagina.
Yeah. Well, you know,
very typical of it. But anyway,
it's possible.
Look, I get Chris giggling.
Well, you know, I don't want to, take it back down that lane, but yeah.
Well, hey, it's only science, man.
There should be some organs present, right?
Yeah.
And the angle of the camera.
Organs, junk.
Yeah.
Dongle, at least a dongle, something.
Yeah. Yeah. And we do have a good angle of the camera there to check that part out, and it's
we have a good dongle angle.
Oh man, that's pretty bad.
But yeah,
at least Rick Dyer had the forethought to. Well, let's not talk about that. because there may be children listening to this show.
No, it's marked specifically on the channel, not safe for kids.
Yeah, well, Rick Dyer.
And the reason why we mark this show not safe for kids, because it's really not safe for kids. No, it's because you have to go through a lot of loops at YouTube once you do mark something safe for kids. And it just ain't worth it.
And we try to be, generally rated G. Well, maybe PG,
PG-13.
Yeah. But
pretty soon we're going to be rated PG-17.
Well, it's hard to not get frustrated when you see stuff like this being portrayed as real, and it's just a scam to
right. And there was no doubt when I saw this, but I wanted to see who's behind this. And of course, the guy has a track history of doing this. So
yeah. But you can't hide behind a fake name. I mean, it just don't work in this day and age, especially not with Steve Coles looking at you.
No, and and that's the amazing thing is that for some reason I'm able, I don't know why, but I've always had that knack to find out a lot of data. Probably because I've been doing it so long. I mean, I was really the first one to use metadata to debunk a hoax. That was the Sonoma video, aka the Penn and Teller hoax. Which reminds me, one of my Facebook friends posted this picture, and I call it Facebook friends. I don't really know this person very well, but they say, wow, this is really a great picture. And I didn't know if she was being facetious, but there was people that were agreeing with her. And I looked at it, I go, that's the same costume as the Sonoma Bigfoot Body hoax. And I put that right in the comment and such. I go, yeah, I've seen this before. This is the same costume used as the Sonoma, aka the Penn and Teller hoax.
Oh man.
So
well, Mick says, he says, I don't know. If it came across a Sasquatch corpse in the middle of nowhere, if I came across I'd lock and load and get the hell out of the Dodge. Well,
no, I wouldn't get the hell out of Dodge. No. I would put the Bigfoot in the Dodge and then get out of Dodge.
Well, at least parts of the Bigfoot, what you can carry out. I know that's kind of a gross topic, but let's be realistic here. If you're out in the middle of the woods and you run across one that has expired and his body's just laying there, and it's not going to do nothing, not going to hurt him. You need to remove something and take it with you, because there has been multiple reports.
And we're not talking to Smeha steak either. We're talking about you need to take like the head.
Yeah, pull the head off.
Or a foot.
Right. Yeah. Something that you have absolute 100% DNA evidence right here. Plus, here it is.
I would take all of it, but I would take it in pieces.
Well, that's the thing. There have been reports.
I'm serious. I get pulled over. It looked like I'm a serial killer of Bigfoot, because they'd be in garbage bags all over the place. There's a head in a bag. There's a head in a bag.
There's been reports about people shooting these creatures, and no doubt the creature was dead when they left the scene, but they had noticed that there were other ones around, and when they came back, the body was gone.
Hey, Haunted Vermont is in chat. And I need to get back to him. I'm actually going to be on their podcast.
All right. Very cool.
But I'm trying to figure out a date that I can be available at that time.
Haunted Vermont. If we ever get a body, we need a good way to get it out of wherever it is. That's true. Not get shamed on, but most times you heard about a body, it's going helicopters. It's getting helicopters to dispose it. Yeah. Yeah, that's why, we always, I do anyway, and Steve does too. I think he feels the same way as I do. If you're out there at the woods, you're doing your trekking or whatever, or and you just run across a Bigfoot body, make sure you take out a piece with you, a very sizable piece, like the head. And I know that's a gross subject, but
Hoax Machina just said, ever notice that these Bigfoot bodies never seem to have reproductive organs? Yeah, we already covered that. I was like, yes, it's missing what's it missing? A penis and a vagina. So yeah.
That's very suspect.
That's right.
And I don't know if the Iceman had those items or not. You can't really see because the ice was kind of fogged up, and then it was kind of clear up there around his face, and you could see down.
Well, you know what happened to that Bigfoot? I got caught up next to the organ grinder.
Yeah, evidently.
Anyway,
oh man. But that was what happened. One of the reports that I think it could be credible here in Kentucky about the guy that shot the Bigfoot, and then he actually paid a man that I know to go over there he had a winch truck, and he paid him to go out there and winch the body up. I was going to put it on a trailer and get it out of there. And when they went back, there, of course, the guy that owns the winch truck, he's like, okay, I don't care what, you pay me, $150 or whatever, I'll go winch whatever you got. It don't matter if it's a Volkswagen or a Bigfoot. So
he gets out there and it's gone.
Yeah, he don't believe in Bigfoot anyway, but he got paid. So he went out there and the body was gone. And he said, he didn't believe in Bigfoot. He said, but there were drag marks there and there was some blood spots there. So something had been there. And
right,
something was dragged off.
But here's my issue with that. What if this other guy said, here's what I'll do. I'll put some drag marks down. I'll put some deer blood down.
Right.
Make it look like that's it. I'll call this guy. It'll be worth $180 or whatever it is, or $100 for him to come out here.
Yeah.
Now I have a secondary witness that says, oh, yeah, I call him out, but the body was gone.
Yeah.
Right. And you go to this guy, he says, well, I was there and it looked like there was drag marks and blood.
Yeah.
Right.
But see, that was the end of it.
Right.
There was no newspaper story. There was no nothing on TV. That was the end of it.
Now, did your friend tell you this story? This other guy ever?
No. The guy with the winch truck, told me. He said, I don't believe it. He said, I don't believe it, but they say there's apes out there. He said, I don't believe it.
But you never know, because that other guy that called them out there and paid him, he could have walked across the street the next day and got run over and killed dead.
Well,
and we don't know whatever happened to that guy. I mean, for all we know, his name could have been Whiteley. Right?
That's possible. Yeah.
Right. Oh, here's my catalog of sightings. Yes, guy calls in Kentucky, calls up a tow truck. The body's gone.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think if you find a body, take out a piece with you. You won't be able to drag the whole body out. No. Because of the weight, it'd be like trying to drag a milk cow out of the woods. But you can take a piece of it out and then go back later with a crew to retrieve the rest.
Yeah, but the last time I tried that, it was an utter disaster.
Oh, that stinks.
Oh, we've gone crazy here, haven't we?
Oh, man. Utter disaster. Squatch Wizard and the Rondex taking off. Okay, thanks, man. Good to see you.
Yeah, I know. John's been working on some stuff lately. He's been really busy, and it's summertime, and to be doing that stuff kind of sucks. Anyway,
putting out a lot of good videos lately over on his channel, Sasquatch Wizard and the Rondex. Good stuff. Go check it out.
Absolutely.
And Henry just put one out last night or yesterday. I just noticed because I came downstairs and it's on my feed, so I'm like, I've got to watch that. And of course, it was time to start the show when I came in here. But it's let me make sure I get HBM's Cryptid Corner on YouTube, and Henry puts out about once a week. Sometimes it's once every other week, depending on his schedule. But during the summer, but he's also got a HBM's UFO Corner, and that's pretty good too. Pretty interesting. He covers some of the old sightings, and I love mystery. Doesn't matter what it is, I'll watch it. There's a show about UFOs on, I'll watch it.
There's some more great comments up there in the chat too if you want to.
Let's see here. Grant says Hump Day Bigfoot vlog was funny. I've been catching all of them. Yeah, if you hadn't caught the Bigfoot vlog stuff on the channel.
Yeah, we now have a playlist for it as well.
Cool. And Kaiju Ninja 1985. Hey, welcome, man. Says, does it surprise you though that out of all the possible scenarios for a Bigfoot body to be found, that there hasn't been one?
Well. Yeah. I think there has been Bigfoot bodies found. But people just don't report them. Like, okay, what am I going to do with it? I'm sure that's happened. You look at everything. I'm sure people have hit Bigfoot with a car. I'm sure that haven't reported it. I'm sure people have found bones and bodies that haven't reported it, just as much as, if I find a Bigfoot body, number one, how the hell am I going to get that out of here? Nobody's going to believe me anyway. Right? Just like the same other stigmas of seeing a Bigfoot. How much worse is it going to be if I found a body? Some people just don't want to be bothered. They don't think like us. So the average Joe comes across a Bigfoot body in the woods. They're not thinking, oh my God, this is what I've been looking for. No, they're going to be like, I'm staying away from that. Right?
Well, there's one incident.
In fact, they may not even recognize it because it may be so decomposed that it may no longer look like a Bigfoot body.
Yeah. In reality, when something dies in the woods, there's predation. There's other things come along and take bites out of it, and it doesn't last that long. Of course, that's one of the things with the guy's flat Sasquatch picture he had there. There was no predation. There was no bones pulled out.
Well, the other thing, there's no decay.
Yeah.
Right. You understand when something dies, okay, the first thing that's going to start to happen, it's going to start to bloat at first. Right.
Yeah. Right.
Because and this is paid. I was a medic, so I understand these things. The body will start to swell up. Yeah. And then it will start to emit these gases. And with those gases come odor. And with those odors, it attracts insects.
Yeah.
Which will take out your eyes and all your soft tissues, begin to eat at that.
Right.
Then you have your predators that will come out at night to gnaw away, starting with the genital area, usually because it's the softest tissue.
Yeah.
Right? And then they start chewing on other things. And then you have the natural, as the body deflates, it will leave this massive gooey black puddle along, which is viscous body fluids, urine, seepage from the rectum. I mean, just disgusting smelling stuff. It would smell horrible. And it would actually make the area even a couple of feet wider because of the seepage. So that's what happens when a body starts to decompose. You're not talking about something like, oh, there it is. You're going to be like, oh, there it is.
Yeah. You'll smell it.
Another good reason why a Bigfoot body may not be discovered is because of the smell. You may walk by, ooh, something died over here. I'm standing over there. It stinks so bad, right?
Yeah.
That's another reason. So you have all that. And then you have like I said, within a couple of weeks, that body is gone by predators.
Haunted Vermont says, how do you feel about the whole, if a Bigfoot dies, their bodies break down faster or others carry them away to be buried?
Okay, so they decompose naturally.
Yep.
Think about why Neanderthals and Homo erectus started to bury their bodies. They buried bodies to prevent, number one, the smell of decay. They buried bodies to prevent predation of the body, to preserve the bodies. If Bigfoot were actually burying these bodies, then we would be finding them as we built cities up, because they would be buried under the ground, because when you bury something, you preserve the bones. So that's why I don't think they bury their dead at all. I think it's just a natural process of everything else, like elephants die, and because elephants don't bury their dead. So
well, they do hide the bones. They don't leave the bones out in the open. They'll go hide them. And it's kind of weird and strange. If you've never watched any elephant things about what they do when they find one of their own dead, they're really defensive.
They are a very human, more human like. Probably a better descriptor would be like a bear.
Yeah. And rather than just leave the body there or the bones there, they surround them and then pick them up. Somebody, I guess one of them is designated as the bone disposer, picks the bones up and they'll take and hide them in the bushes or just move them around. I don't think there's anything like an elephant graveyard, but they do move the bones.
Actually, I have heard of an elephant graveyard.
Yeah, that's one of the old myths, that the elephants always go to a place to die. And if you find the elephant graveyard, you'll be rich from all the ivory, get all those tusks. But in reality, they do get upset by finding one of their own dead, and they do hide the bones. So that's kind of weird.
Yeah, the elephant graveyard is a myth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was kind of like the city of gold, El Dorado. This was the city of gold legend in Africa. If you could find the elephant graveyard, oh yeah, man, you're gonna be swimming in ivory. And ivory, even back in the day, was expensive stuff. I imagine now it's probably crazy high, but it was probably worth more than gold back then.
Here's another interesting thing. Elephants may show mourning behaviors, such as touching bones, staying near deceased herd members.
Yep.
But that's all they do. Some of this behavior sparked further anthropomorphism, including hiding the bones.
They do. No. I've seen it. No. I've seen it. They do. I've seen it.
Well, let me ask you a question. Again, we're saying they're hiding the bones.
Well, moving them out of sight in bushes. That's a pretty good definition of hiding, but not necessarily burying or putting where they can't be found. I would say they put them out of sight would be a better definition.
Yeah, and we don't know if they're hiding, technically hiding them. They may be putting them out of sight because it disturbs them.
Yeah, they're very upset, right? The whole herd.
So I'm going to move this out of the way. It's it's like you're at the dinner table and Grandpa Fred goes, right? You're not going to leave him there. All right. Let's move Grandpa into the living room. All right, while we eat dinner.
Let's move Grandpa out before we bring out dessert.
You know what? For being tired, I've been pretty funny tonight.
No, that would be terrible.
My joke. You know what? I should be tired more often. My jokes are better.
Oh, Grant says I was at the El Dorado in 2021, which is called Lake Guatavita in Colombia. I'm not sure if I got that pronunciation right, but it's about an hour or so from Boca. That's pretty cool, Grant. Did you find any gold?
No, but I once went to the Hawaiian island of Kamanawanawea.
Oh man.
Yeah. So let's give it back to him, Chris.
I have a story about Hawaii back when I was younger. I'm not going to tell it here though. I'll tell it to you later.
Uh-oh.
It involved Don Ho. Don Ho.
Tiny bubbles.
Don Ho and a weekend of blind drunkenness.
In the sea.
Oh yeah, if you go to Hawaii, you got to make sure. Well, I don't know if Don Ho is still alive or not. Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
Don Ho is heave-hoed.
He would be right. He would do nightly shows at all these clubs. There's one in particular, and I can't recall the name. But he would do a nightly show for the tourists that would come in there, and he would sing his songs and give you the whole Hawaiian treatment there. It was pretty good. El Dorado. Pete says elephants will caress the bones of the deceased for years after they're gone. Well, on the
that's right. We stuffed Uncle Mortimer. He's up there in the living room right now.
Keeping him.
No, that's not the waiter. That's just Uncle Mortimer. He's stuffed. He'll just hold that tray there forever.
But some of the documentaries that I've watched about elephant behavior, though, they would, when they came across a dead individual or the remains of a dead individual, they were very highly agitated and upset. They would be trumpeting. They would surround the remains, and somehow one of them, or maybe more than one, but I think there were some designated. I don't know if they'd say, well, okay, Jim, you go over there and you carry out the bones while we guard them, you know. But they would move them over to the bushes.
All right. Somebody said Copacabana. That's Barry Manilow. At the Copa. Yeah.
Oh, man. No, I'm going to look that up because now that's bothering me.
Guatovita or Guatovita. If it's in South America.
That's bothered me. You know, when your memory goes, it's pretty bad. If you can't remember certain little things. I mean, you know, I can remember the big stuff, but the tiny details that are like they're back there, but they're way in the back.
Yeah, I had a thought to that, but I completely forgot it.
Oh, okay. Waikiki Beachcomber Hotel was his
Waikiki.
Yeah, that was his big his longest term contract where he would sing, like, you know, do a nightly show there. Waikiki Beachcomber Hotel. Yeah, that's right. It says he began his singing career at Honey's, a bar in Kanahoa. I'm not sure. I'm not really good with these Hawaiian names. Solomon could get them, but I can't.
Yeah, just like that thing that flew by that they thought was the first out of the solar system flyby of something.
Yeah.
And what was it? Umahuahu or something like that. Umau or something similar to that. It was like, what? Couldn't we have just named it like Ralph?
Well, let me tell you, Native Hawaiians have an indigenous language,
or Moa. I forget what.
And I was fortunate enough to know and befriend a Hawaiian when I was in the Air Force. His name was Brian Solomon. Hello, Brian, if you're still kicking it out there. And him and his wife, when they were at home, they spoke Hawaiian. Okay, the native language, whatever they want to call it, I don't know. And but you know, when they were out somewhere, when he was out somewhere, he would speak English, of course. But you know, I had visited them, and while they were speaking, of course, I didn't understand a single word of what they were saying, but it was a very odd language. It was like and I'm like, what the, you know, not a single word could I pick out of what they were saying. Had no idea. But it's a very, you know, a phonetic language like that. And you know, I guess I'm just too dumb that I don't know it. So I'm not too dumb I couldn't learn it, I guess. And that's the thing, you know.
The closest I've been to Hawaii is aisle 4, the Hawaiian punch aisle.
Oh, man.
All right, Chris, it's getting close enough. Let's start to wind this show down.
Oh, I'm looking at some of the comments Grant's got over here. Hey, Grant, I probably won't be able to make Whitehall, bud, but I would love to see the pictures of that, your trip to Columbia. That would be nice. But, I love that. No.
They carry
well, yeah, that's it was an interesting language. The fun fact about Hawaiians, Brian was scared to death. I mean, horrified of snakes. He said he'd never seen a snake in his life except on the TV. They don't, or at that time now, they may have some now, but they didn't have snakes in Hawaii. No snakes. You could run out there in the brush, woo, you know, come get me, and you know, no problem. Here in Kentucky in the middle of the summer, you step off the side of the road and walk into knee-deep grass, you'll walk out with rattlesnakes hanging off both legs or copperheads, you know. They're horrible here, but they didn't have any snakes there. So he was horrified.
Yeah, mua.
He was horrified of snakes. And oh man.
You know, Chris, you and your phobia of snakes.
Sorry. No, I don't have a phobia. I'm not frightened of them. I just don't like them. There's a difference.
Yeah, I don't mind them.
Well, I will gladly stomp one's head in. If
the venomous ones are really cool. It's cool. That thing can kill you in a heartbeat, but it's cool.
Well, I prefer to look at those from about 10 feet away with a 410.
Well, they prefer you to stay about 10 feet away too.
Oh, believe me, we have no shortage of venomous snakes in Kentucky. And if they're looking for creatures to go extinct, I would vote for them. Let them go extinct first, because what good do we get out of them? I don't know. Maybe they kill a few mice. Yeah,
I would say let mosquitoes go extinct first. Perhaps ticks.
Yeah,
because believe it or not, mosquitoes and ticks kill more people on the planet than anything else.
I believe that, especially the mosquitoes. They're horrible.
They make snakes look minor. Snakes are an inconvenience. But
yeah.
Ticks and mosquitoes are just there all the time.
Yeah.
And you get bit by a mosquito, thank God that mosquitoes did not transmit HIV back in the day.
Yeah. It's a miracle that they did.
It's a miracle they didn't, yeah.
Oh, man.
Just think about it. A bloodborne disease like that.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. Do we know they didn't?
True, very true.
We were told they didn't, but
how many millions of people in the past have died of malaria, which is a mosquito?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
How many people have gotten encephalitis due to friggin' tick bites,
or
Lyme's disease due to tick bites?
Yeah.
Where they're just horrible things that do not belong on this planet. Snakes I can live with. Snakes, you stay out of their way, show them respect, and they're going to do the same thing to you.
Oh, yeah. If they want to stay outside the house, that's fine. But they try to come in
the house. The problem is we don't necessarily watch where we step. And sometimes we step on one, you're going to get bit.
Yeah.
And it's not that the snake wants to bite you. It's just a defensive mechanism.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, that's the bad thing. You can't see under the grass when you're walking through the grass,
unless of course you have one of these fine thermal imaging devices where you step.
Yeah, so if you're walking through knee-deep grass, you can't see down at the ground. So if you do step on something or near something, you got to expect, you provoked it, you get what you deserve. But that's the trick. See, I don't walk in knee-deep grass because I know what's down in there.
Yeah, thank you, Grant. There's that other one, West Nile virus, that mosquitoes like spreading around too.
Oh, yeah.
And then occasionally something that originated up here was the Coxsackie virus. And a lot of people don't know that the Coxsackie virus was first discovered about 20 miles south of Albany, New York. In Coxsackie, New York, which it was named after.
Yeah. Well, it was different times. When I was a kid, we didn't have mosquito problems because we'd be outside playing. I actually lived near town when I was very young. And we would be outside playing in the neighborhood. And this truck would drive by and it would be fogging the air with DDT. Yes. So, any mosquito within, a 10-mile radius was dead instantly. And
then they wonder why kids are born with 3 legs.
Well, I don't know.
Hey, why does your child have an extra foot?
I breathed DDT when I was a kid, and, it hadn't seemed to hurt me any.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, but, no.
We used to eat the lead paint chips.
But that stuff,
fine.
That stuff worked. It worked. I mean, after they go through the neighborhoods and spray, you can go outside and dare a mosquito to land on you, and they weren't there. They were gone. They killed them all. But
all right, Chris, 10 o'clock. Let's get us out of here.
Okay. Sorry, guys, running late now. Thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate you guys. Everybody over in the chat listening, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We appreciate you. And we know we would not have a show without you guys. You're the greatest audience we could hope for and ever hope to have. Thank you so much. We appreciate you guys. And I want you to know, each and every one of you, that we do appreciate you. And if it's your first time listening on the show, if you're listening on a podcast somewhere, I don't know if Steve's going to upload it there, but check out the YouTube channel at youtube.com at Squatch-D / at Squatch-D TV. And we'll see you next time.
Thank you. And of course, we do have the greatest audience where we love each and every one of you guys. For everybody that's new, welcome aboard. We've had a lot of new people in the last month. Welcome aboard. We love having you here. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we try to have fun even in our serious Bigfoot.
And thanks again, Jennifer, for the $2 donation. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. And folks, great time. We'll see everybody here Friday night, end of the week. So folks, have a great rest of your week. We love you guys. God bless. Keep on squatching. We'll see you here all Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on Squatch-D TV. Catch you all in a little bit.
We thank you for being here with us on Squatch-D TV. If you haven't taken the time yet, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And oh yes, hit that notification bell too. We don't want you to miss anything. If you really like our content, you should consider becoming a member. And it's really inexpensive and a great way to support not only the show, but honest Bigfoot research. Everyone have a great week. Be safe and God bless. We will see you all here next time on Squatch-D TV. Keep on squatching.